Assalamu alaikum and good morning, everyone. This is Noorullah. I am an MPhil scholar at the Institute of English Studies, University of the Punjab, Lahore. Today, I will discuss one of the most pressing issues, that is environmental sustainability. As you can see, and Dr. Saib also has told about my topic, that is Khilāfah and green economics, rethinking environmental policies from an Islamic perspective. The most important thing that we have to consider here is that much of the discourse about environmental sustainability and to conserve the environment and to get rid of environmental emergency revolves around the discourse of the Western discourse about environmental sustainability, that is consisted of Western economic and environmental models. In this presentation or research, I have tried to find out an alternative model that is based on the concept of Khilafah, which is deeply rooted in Islamic tradition. So, and a brief introduction to environmental challenges. I consider that the environmental crisis is not just a scientific or economic issue. It is fundamentally an ethical one. Climate change threatens millions of species, disrupts ecosystem and increases the risk of food and water security. जैसा कि हमने पिछले कुछ सालों में हमारे पाकिस्तान के अंदर ही कुछ इन्वायरमेंटल चेंजेस की वजह से और ग्लोबल वार्मिंग की वजह से कुदरती आफात का सामना किया. All of these things are examples of climate change and the challenges that we are facing in the name of environment. So this also increases the risk of water insecurity, food insecurity, and human life, as well as the life of all other animals and living beings becomes vulnerable in the hands of environmental problems. So to solve these environmental problems, the dominant ways are Eurocentric, but Euro-American centric, I would say. They prioritize economic growth and have failed to adequately address these environmental challenges. We need to incorporate ethical and moral dimensions or considerations into these models so that we may be able to solve environmental crises and problems. So, based on the concept of Khilafah, here is a difference between secular versus Islamic sustainability. Here I have made a table before you that gives a comparison or contrast of secular approach and Islamic approach towards environmental sustainability. While secular sustainability models focus on economic growth and technological solutions, the Islamic framework incorporates ethical and moral dimensions. The Islamic concept of mizan or balance aligns with economic ethics, ecocentric ethics, which emphasizes protecting entire ecosystem rather than exploiting them for human benefit. So you can see that the secular approach focuses on economic growth. On the other hand, Islamic approach focuses or emphasizes moral, spiritual, and ethical responsibilities. Similarly, secular approach is anthropocentric in its nature, but Islamic approach is ecocentric. Ecocentric approach is a balanced approach that balances the whole equation between humans and nature. Lastly, secular approach encourages resource efficiency, but Islamic approach prohibits wastefulness. It is against israf. ठीक है, as Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala says, إِنَّ الْمُبَذِّرِينَ كَانُوا إِخْوَانَ الشَّيَاطِينَ. So all these things makes Islamic approach or Islamic approach towards environmental sustainability more important and more efficient. Moving forward, there are three major terms in or point of views in Islamic theology and Islamic ideology that provides a framework for environmental ethics. So the first of all, it is adala. Second one is israf, and third one we can get ideas from fiqh al-biya. Adala means equitable distribution of resources and prevention of exploitation of the poor. हकदार को हक का पहुंचाना अदालत कहलाता है. अल्लाह तबारक व तआला says अल्लाह फद्दल बअदकुम अला बअदिन फिर रिज़्क़. Similarly, israf means uh, to get rid of extravagance, फजूल खर्ची से बचना, as Allah तबारक व तआला says in the Qur'anic Majid, कुलू वशरबू वला तुसरिफू. Lastly, it is fiqh al-biya. Fiqh al-biya is the jurisprudence of environment. This is also a new term, not a new term, but this can help us to prevent or tackle the environmental sustainability problem. These are legal principles that prevent harm to environment. It also promotes sustainable practices. Lastly, I would say the role of Islamic finance in environmental sustainability is also important. First of all, prohibition of harmful investment, that is also related to israf, as well as there are many examples in Quran and Hadith. जिस तरह वो एक आयत है कि अपने हाथों ही हलाकत में ना पड़ो. If we are doing something that is harmful for our environment, ultimately it is also harmful for whole humanity. So I think it is haram to do such things that are harmful for our environment. Secondly, we should encourage ethical investing, such as to invest in eco-friendly projects. For example, solar is one of the example of these solar projects. Lastly, zakat and work funding for environmental initiatives. Government and as well as private organizations can also invest their zakat and work projects into the programs that are eco-friendly, that are important for environmental initiatives. So lastly, I have talked about the concept of Khilāfah. Based on this, we have responsibility to take care of our earth, to not exploit human resources. Secondly, I have talked about Islamic finance and legal measures, implementing fiqh al-biya in environmental laws, and as well as lastly, we should increase community involvement, encourage sustainable practices at grassroots level. Thank you for your time and attention. I welcome any question if you have. Jazakallah khair.